Mike Tyson praised Tank Davis. Let's talk about it. Mike Tyson praised Tank Davis in a recent interview and a couple of articles over the weekend, which is a big praise coming from Mike Tyson. We all know he's legendary. I think BoxRec has him at number 13. Very, very well respected with Mike Tyson. We all know his struggles and all of his accomplishments. So that's a big praise coming from Mike Tyson. He says, compares Tank to himself, talking about the size, being compact, and having that one-punch knockout power. We all know Tank, get busy, knockout power. Boxing skills, I would say, a little bit underrated, but that's a big praise coming from Mike Tyson. And he also says that he feels like Tank has what it takes to become a future legend and a Hall of Famer if he just continue in the fight game. Right now, we are waiting on Tank, Ryan Garcia. It would seem like everything is being ironed out for April 15th. Even if it's not April 15th, that's something that Oscar De La Hoya and both teams are, that's the big fight that they want. They feel like they can put a cap on each other's career. Ryan Garcia coming up, fighting a lot of people, and a lot of followers on social media, but this is the fight that everybody wants him to take. And on the Tank Davis side, they would like to see him face somebody who's quick, strong, and big, and strong, young, and up and coming. So that'll be a good matchup. We'll talk about the skill comparison coming up, and we'll also talk about Robert Garcia. He had a lot of big statements to make on this also, and we'll talk about that coming up. I mentioned Mike Tyson, also Robert Garcia. He's picking Ryan Garcia to actually beat Tank. He feels that he's going to be a little bit too much for Tank, and I kind of feel what he's saying. He's saying all the right things coming from a trainer. He's definitely a Hall of Fame trainer, has a lot of accomplishments under his belt. So me and a lot of people, we respect his opinion. So not just taking that lightly. He says he feels that the size and the speed is going to be one of the things that's going to bother Tank Davis. And I would say the size might bother Tank. We all know he has the one-punch knockout power. But Tank, I would say over the last couple of years and months, he's becoming into himself where he's starting to figure these guys out a little bit early in the fight and being able to save some of his energy and able to pour it on 5th, 6th, 7th round and get you out of there. But with the size, I'm starting to understand what he's saying. We all know Ryan Garcia. He's a tall fighter who likes to lean back. That lean back is going to be dangerous for Tank Davis. That's the punch that he's going to be looking for. He's going to be looking for a check hook or either a straight right to the body that's going to hurt Tank. So I kind of understand what Robert Garcia is saying about the size, and he's saying all the right things. That's what, if I was Tank, that's what I'd be sparring. A lot of long guys, a lot of quick guys. We all know Ryan Garcia, very, very quick, punches and bunches. And I would say on the Ryan Garcia side, underestimated power coming up with him. So Robert Garcia, that's a big statement. Also, another couple statements that's coming out there right now is Tim Bradley. He's a lot of disrespect he's giving Tank Davis right now. He actually called Tank Davis a piece of shit. Actually, what he's been going through, the accusations, even though those are seeming to be untrue. I'm not saying they're untrue, but it seems like they're starting to be untrue right now. But Tim Bradley, he's definitely on the side of Ryan Garcia in this upcoming fight. So we'll talk a little bit more about it coming up. 2023, we're looking at a lot of good fights this year. We're looking at the Caleb Plant, the Benavidez, like I said, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, and of course, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. But this is the one that holds a lot of implications. Whoever wins this fight with Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, they have their whole career in front of them. Both of these guys very, very young, and I would say they both have that potential to move up 140, 147. They could probably cap their careers at 147, 154 around there. So this is the fight that I would say this may get a little bit more attention than the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. It's starting to become lackluster. You know, everybody know Terrence Crawford, WBO, top rank, going through his problems with Bob Arum. But you look at the Errol Spence side, he has covered all the things he said over the last couple of years. He was like, I'm going to win the IBF, the WBA, the WBC, then I move on across the street. So that's what he has done. And I would say as of right now, the time of this video, I'm rocking what Errol saying. Seemed like he really wants to fight. Crawford, I'm sure he wants to fight, but it's certain stipulations that he would want. But to reiterate, I'm going back to this Tank Davis fight, Ryan Garcia. I feel a lot of people on the Tank side, they slip on Ryan Garcia thinking he's a pretty boy, thinking that he's flat-footed, but being flat-footed is good for one thing: you can get your power off. You know, I've seen a lot of videos. People kind of forget, you know, Ryan Garcia, you don't see those punches sometimes when he land. That's what Tank's going to have to watch out for. I always give Tank, you hear me joke Tank a lot, talking about the size of his head and being called Tank head, this and that, blah, blah. But we're going to have to see what he can take. I would say Ryan Garcia is going to come out, probably gonna, I would say he's gonna be a little bit shy, a little bit gun shy, I would see him trying to measure Tank's speed. But I would say about the 4th, 5th round, that's when Ryan Garcia is gonna let it all hang out. If he can survive 6th, 7th, 8th round, I would say no matter who you are, at some point you're always tired. So I'm gonna come back home saying that I feel like Tank Davis has what it takes. I think that he's, like I said in other videos, I feel like he's underrated with his boxing skills. Not just the one-punch power, but the boxing skills, the way that he uses his, I would say, uses his power, letting you throw those punches, getting comfortable, sort of like he did against Cruz. Cruz thought that he had him. You know, he was starting to answer, he was starting to catch up to Tank. As soon as it looked like it, boom, sleep time. Then you go back to Rolly. Rolly did very, very well versus Tank. I would say that was a point where it was looking like Tank was gonna need a knockout. Even though he got a knockout, it started to look like he was gonna need one. To me, it looked like he was starting to fall behind a little bit. I think that Tank underestimated Rolly's boxing ability, but still in all, when you have that one-punch knockout power like Tank, he's able to come right back home. So I could see that fight, the Ryan Garcia fight, going the same way as the Rolly fight, and I would look for something big to happen in that 5th, 6th, 7th round. Those guys always willing to shine. And you know, I would say Ryan Garcia having Oscar De La Hoya on his side, the golden boy, that's a I'm not gonna say that's an advantage, but that's something that he can he has somebody in his ear letting him know, you know, you can go in that deep water, and both fighters have to go into the deep water. I know that Tank wants to drag Ryan into the deep water, but you both have to go into the deep water and then fight your way out. So I'll be right back and wrap up this video. What I'm saying about Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia, he's definitely picking Ryan Garcia. Robert Garcia is picking Ryan Garcia, tongue twister, picking him to get to knock Tank out. I would say I wouldn't see Tank get knocked out. I look at it two ways. This fight can go the distance, or it'll be a TKO at some point. But if I have to pick anybody to get knocking out, I'm picking Ryan Garcia to get knocked out. I'm feeling like Tank's gonna be a little bit too much. I've seen Tank, and I've doubted him, I would say, over the last couple months and years, enough to figure that I won't doubt him again. I feel like he'll be a little bit too much down the stretch, punches and bunches, and I feel like the body, at the end, I feel like the body's where the TKO can come. Ryan Garcia, big guy, big frame, but he hasn't been pounded on by a guy like Tank with the one-punch knockout power, and I think the accumulation of punches at some point can get Ryan Garcia. Stay tuned for the strap season. This will be a good strap season coming up. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. We got a lot coming on for 2023. Got Caleb Plant, you know, Caleb Plant with Benavidez. I think that's a very, very exciting fight. Also, we got Canelo, who wants some get back with Bivol. But then we also have the Better Be fight. So I would say boxing, real interesting right now. We all know my favorite heavyweight, Tyson Fury versus Usyk. We probably gonna get that this year. So I would say over the last couple years, boxing slowed down, but now we get the speed up a little bit. So stay tuned, hit that like button if you like today's content. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia in the near future. Peace.